Benjamin. She's literally a household name for us here at the GBN and at the GDB. And I want to say good morning to her and all of the wonderful staff that's locked in at the GDB. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Joseph. Good morning, and how are you doing today?
I am wonderful as always. What about you?
I'm great. I'm doing just fine. Good morning to the listeners and viewers of Classic Radio and TV. And thank you very much for having me yet again.
That's never a problem. The celebration is on while, of course, 2020, when it started, everybody talked about 2020 being the year of vision, the year of accomplishment, the year of everything as it's supposed to be. And fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, it has not in most of our minds lived up to what we anticipated initially. But notwithstanding that, you celebrated 55 years as a banking institution, and COVID or no COVID, it is a milestone, and there's a lot for you to talk about, isn't there?
Of course it is. I mean, we would have preferred that COVID-19 didn't raise its ugly head because, I mean, basically everything that happened or didn't happen in 2020, we can say it's because of COVID-19. And in some cases, COVID may have nothing to do with it, but it feels good to say, well, I can't travel this year because I have no money. I mean, does it feel good to say that? It doesn't. Well, we say, oh, I can't travel this year because, well, COVID.
Well, if you have 3 kids to send, it becomes a perfect excuse. Well, son, I can't send. We can't travel this year because. But either way,
I know.
But not
you
with.
Said something that I like.
What's that?
You said fortunately or unfortunately.
Yes.
Because behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining.
Opportunities presents themselves.
That's right. So there is a silver lining somewhere.
And we're going to talk about some of those opportunities that COVID-19 would have presented GDB and by extension Grenada and on a whole. But let's just do a little throwback. I mean, 50 plus years, 55 years is not just a walk in the stroll in the park, but certainly there have been. It's an opportunity for before you go forward. It gives you an opportunity to reflect on the path that you've traveled, the history, the journey of GDB, where you were then and where you are now.
All right, so let us start with 1965. Grenada Development Bank was originally Grenada Agricultural Bank, which was established in the year 1965.
Okay.
So back then, agriculture was the main sector in Grenada. So the agricultural bank was established so that that sector can be developed. But a little later on down the road, it was realized that, hey, there are more sectors that could be developed. So the name of the bank was changed again to Grenada Agricultural and Industrial Development Corporation. Yes. Mm-hmm. And then in 1980, it was decided, since we're focusing on so many things, how about we look at development as a core? Hence the name that we go by today, 55 years later, Grenada Development Bank. And you spoke about milestones. Grenada Development Bank, we can say, started as an underdog, and probably we may still be. There was so many things.
But when you say underdog, because very often things can be so easily misconstrued.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I think I can appreciate what you mean by underdog, but I want you to put it in perspective for me, for the general public.
Okay, so if you follow development banks, let us say throughout the Caribbean, for example, many of those banks are not profitable. Many of those banks, they have high NPLs, which means the non-performing loan ratio. So a non-performing loan is a loan that is in arrears for over 30 days. Yes, so much so that the development banks are expected to have a non-performing loan ratio of about 15%. That is the acceptable ratio, a percentage. The commercial banks they are expected to have a ratio of 5%. So development banks on a whole, they are almost expected to not be profitable or viable.
Okay.
But, and the funny thing, Joseph, is that we were that bank. Grenada Development Bank has had 40 years of losses until 12 years ago, when suddenly, based on things that were changed, decisions that were made, we can now say for the past 12 years, we've been having constant profit. So you have 12 years of consistent profits after having recorded 40 years of losses.
Table knock at that one.
It feels good to be right at my desk in the office where I can actually give a table knock. Right? I spoke about non-performing loans just now, and in 2001 thereabouts, the non-performing loan ratio of the bank was over 40%. Yes. Presently, our non-performing loan ratio is 2.6%.
It means
I see you.
Yeah. It means that GDB is doing something exceptionally well.
That's what I'm saying, and another table knock for that. and you did say that 2020 may not be the year for many people, but I would like to say that we are celebrating 55 on a high note, because our annual report will show that 2019, right? So our 2019 annual report as of December, at the end of the year, in 2019, Grenada Development Bank has disbursed the highest amount ever in 54 years. Ever, Joseph, ever.
Right.
Of $20 million.
$20 million.
This is so our annual report will show that, our finances will show. At the end of 2019, this has been the most amount that the bank has disbursed.
And what's pushing that high level of disbursement?
Well, is it? I can say that people are realizing that we are there for them.
Right.
Thing is, again, development banks are not designed necessarily, like I said earlier, to be profitable. We aim to develop to be viable. Of course, we want profits, but at the same time, the development of people, the nation, is at the helm of our functions. So our loans, all our products are designed so that the average person can meet the necessary requirements. So we try as much as possible so that whatever it is we do, it is done with the needs of the people in mind. It is done so that we can ensure that our country, the economy of our country is sustained, the quality of life of our people, that the quality of life of our people are improved in some way, whether it is education, because we've got an education loan, whether it is through housing, because we've got a mortgage loan, whether it is through business. However it is that we can ensure that whatever it is we do, it is done because of you, for your development.
You talk about development. Developing can be very broad, and later on we're going to get into the sort of the different loans that you offer. But I can't help but to realize in more recent times, over the last 10, 5, 6, 7, last couple of years, that there's been a greater trust by the bank to offer visibility to the public. Now, I remember growing up, you hear about GDB, and you probably remember GDB at the back of your mind. Now, you hear GDB, you see GDB, you feel GDB, and that trust for greater visibility be one of the factors that's given rise to all the smiles and the good things that's happening? The $20 million disbursement. People know that GDB is there.
We're definitely not going to dismiss that. It of course played a part, but at the end of the day, what we do is free. So, Joseph, have you heard our new corporate song? I think you played it earlier on today. It actually says, "We're here for you." Yeah, when you're down and you're out and you think that there is no other way to go, check us out, Melville Street. Check us out on Facebook. That is why we are here.
Indeed, that's why they're there for you. 12 minutes gone past the hour of 11 o'clock. In case you're just joining us, I'm speaking here with Chriselle Jerome Benjamin, who she is the communications officer of the GDB, that's the Greater Development Bank. And of course, as they celebrate 55 years as an entity, one of the highlights is that they spent 40 years in the wilderness, and the last 12 plus years they have been blossoming. They've been at the forefront of things. Chriselle, you talked about being there for the Grenadian public, and you started off as being focused on agriculture. But in more recent times, you have a full plethora of product, and in a varied product line that allows not just the farmers or somebody wanting to do open a farm, but for education, for homes. Let's talk about that trust, that real commitment to development holistically that we've been seeing at the bank.
Okay, so when Grenada Development, the bank was renamed again to Grenada Development Bank, the new thrust was that the bank would provide financial and technical assistance in areas of agriculture, like you said, fisheries, tourism, housing, small business development, human resource development. So let's look at human resource development. Human resource development can mean education, can't it? So we've got an education loan. You develop yourself. Human resource development can also mean learning what it is you need to learn, not necessarily through the formal education setting like a master's degree or a bachelor's degree. It also means that you can do professional development. It means that you can learn a skill, you can do vocational training and all of this. So our education loan, it covers all of that. When we look at business, tourism, agriculture, the arts, fishing, manufacturing, the list goes on. And now COVID-19 has, where we're going with Joseph, we're coming to the silver lining. Right. COVID-19 has opened our eyes to the myriad of opportunities that are out there. There are things that we're seeing now. There are things that we are experiencing now that we've never noticed existed before. So I'm sure that there is a business opportunity somewhere in there. Our business loans can take care of that. Housing. We provide financing for mortgages if you would like to purchase a piece of land, if you'd like to purchase a house, if you'd like to build your house, if you'd like to upgrade or extend an existing property, we take care of that. We also, for the past couple of years, we've been paying particular attention to sustainable development, the green side of things. So we've got loan products that is available for projects such as those, which is a lovely segue, Joseph, to tell you exactly how we celebrated our 55th anniversary on July 19th, which was Sunday.
I am all ears. Throw it at me.
We planted a tree.
We
planted a tree.
Okay, great. You are going green.
Exactly. It is our aim. The theme for our 2019 annual report. Usually when we choose a theme, either one, our main focus for the year, or the main focus for the year to come. So the theme for our 2019 annual report is adopting a green culture towards a sustainable future. Our aim is to be a green institution that we can have a green culture inculcated in every fabric of our strategic objective. And then we thought, how about planting a tree? It is sustainable. Yes, it symbolizes GDB in a sense, because it was a flamboyant tree, Joseph. It was a very tiny tree. And when I looked at it, I said, oh, the tree is so tiny. I wish it was bigger. But then I said, you know what?
55 years from now.
We started this small. So have you ever seen a flamboyant tree in all its glory? It is huge. It is majestic. It is beautiful. It is grand. It's the prettiest tree in the valley.
The epitome of all things that encompasses GDB.
Exactly. So the little tree that it is we planted Sunday is going to grow. It's going to get bigger. And 55 years from now, I hope I am there to go back and revisit that tree that was planted 55 years before. 55 years later, we can say, all right, then, this is the size of the tree now. It has grown leaps and bounds just as GDB has grown leaps and bounds. And so this is how we celebrated our 55th anniversary on the 19th of July. The tree was planted on the grounds of St. Martin de Porres Home for the Aged in Crowshoe. And let me take this opportunity to say thank you very much to His Lordship, Bishop Clyde Harvey. He was present. He blessed the tree on our behalf. It was a lovely evening. The staff and residents of the home, they were present to view that momentous occasion. And I have a lot of hope in that tree, Joseph. I think I'm going to go visit it every 6 months. Probably give it a little water.
I think you should, because I think the tree should represent, or not should, represents the investment, the planting of a seed that's what you do so openly in the lives of every Grenadian, whether or not it's a seed for going green as part of your green mandate, whether it's in education, whether or not it is development. It is a seed that you plant, and I think the planting of that flamboyant tree is literally symbolic. That you give them $20,000 today, and that $20,000 is going to be what it takes that would allow that business to blossom into something grand 10, 15 years from now. I think that is true development.
I could not have said it better myself.
We keep it 20 minutes. Oh, look at how time literally runs. In every celebration, though, Chris, there's always you always tend to want to look ahead. 2020, while many see it as a dark year, for me, I see it as a year of opportunities, not just for me in my life, but I think holistically, we've seen it, the way we do business, the way a lot of things is going to change. And certainly for GDB, as we move into 2021, what are some of the things that's on the horizon that the general public can look forward to?
Okay, well, let's stick in 2020 just a little bit longer. We are still looking ahead because there is another activity. We can't celebrate 55 without saying thank you to the general public. Whether you are a customer at present, whether you were a customer, your loan hasn't been paid off, whether it is you may have spread the word of GDB to your friends and family, you told someone how that we exist and what it is we have to offer, we must say thank you. And in doing so, we've decided on a community project, Joseph.
Okay.
And we are going to deliver some hampers, food hampers, to some vulnerable people in our communities, statewide. It is our way of saying that we've gotten to a place that we couldn't have gotten to without your help. Whatever role it is you played, you may not have ever gotten a loan from us, you may not have ever applied, but you may have said something to somebody about us.
Right.
And for all of that, for whatever role it is that you played, we would like to say thank you. So there are some people in a community somewhere in all of our parishes, including Kiariku and Pitimatnik, that's going to receive a food hamper from our institution in the coming months.
Great.
Yeah. So that is looking into the near future. Looking into the further distance, we are going to undertake a number of green initiatives. We have been working on the application for a little while to become accredited so that the bank can, on its own, without the input of government, apply for funds from institutions around the globe. So we have been working on the accreditation application for that. So once that is done, we would be able to do just that, make application for funding without the input of the government. And we do have some other projects in mind. I don't know if you heard of G Cruise.
No.
We have a role to play with that, Joseph. You are a media person. I know you've heard of G Cruise.
Well, you want me to lie?
Now, I said it's going to be undertaking a big project. It was launched earlier, I think, in February.
That project.
That project, yes. And
okay, yes.
Right. So part of the G Cruise project is that of the Challenge Fund. So the Challenge Fund will provide grant financing for agriculture and tourism sectors. The farmers and the hoteliers are going to be able to apply for grant funding from the G Cruise program to undertake water projects, the building of greenhouses, hydroponics, and irrigation systems. So again, this is green. So I think a lot of green is in our future, Joseph, and it's not by chance we're celebrating our Emerald anniversary just in the nick of time.
and you've planted a tree.
We planted a tree. So it's all about ensuring that we've got a sustainable future in more ways than one.
Indeed.
Yeah, if we're looking at COVID, remember we've got the small hoteliers loan, which again it covers some of the green initiatives that was it was announced by the government of Grenada. The Prime Minister spoke about it, and hoteliers can get some financing, the maximum of $300,000, in order to aid in them rising from the negative impacts of COVID-19. Joseph, there's just so much. I think I need the entire hour.
Yeah, man. I'm just realizing because I'm keeping my eyes. I'm watching the clock. Already it's 25 minutes.
Watching the clock.
Yeah, and I'm like, wow. I mean, and I know because I mean, the thing is that during the year, I mean, we've had all of these exciting conversations with GDB, and I personally know that there's a lot that's been undertaken by GDB. But I want to say congratulations to the GDB on its Emerald anniversary, and the fact that you've becoming profitable, and that is a true sign of growth, that you're becoming profitable. I mean, and indeed that you're making a change in the lives of the average Grenadian, investing in our development.
Yes, that's what we aim to do.
We got to run in just a bit, but I'm gonna give you the next few minutes to reposition the GDB as the bank, the institution of the future, and why anybody should be part of the exciting movement that's taking place within the walls of the GDB.
All right. So I think what I would say is that our bank, the Grenada Development Bank, we've got your best interests at heart. Yes. I have a coworker who says she loves what it is She does. She's a loans officer. So she feels so good when somebody comes in and she can give them a loan. And especially if it is, sometimes she need to work. She need to find out, how can I make this work? How can I make this work? And she said that there comes a time though where she feels sad because you may have helped someone to go to school. So you've given them an education loan. Then they came back from school and they wanted to start a business. So you've given them a business loan and you've given them a house loan. But the business has grown so much, or they want to build a bigger house. And again, we're aiming for development, not luxury. So then sometimes that person, they've gotten too big for us. And so she feels sad because they would come in and they would say, but I think I need to go to a commercial bank because I need this amount of money more and you're able to give me that because, again, we deal with development. And I said to her, but why are you sad? The fact that they came from here and you've helped them.
It's a journey.
Step 1, step 2, step 3. And now they need to leave the nest. It means that we have done our job. They have been developed. We are proud. We should not feel sad.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. Thank you, Joseph. and this is a true story, actually. We've had this conversation on numerous occasions in her office. And I feel as if everybody should feel that way. That they've started from ground zero. They've started like the very small flamboyant tree. And then they've grown into the majestic, flamboyant tree that it is. You understand? And this is what we aim to do at the GDB.
Indeed, it's not just what you aim to do, it's what you have been doing, and is what you will continue to do with greater trust and emphasis.
Yes, we will.
Thank you, Chriselle Jerome Benjamin, and she's the communications officer of the GDB. They celebrated Emerald anniversary, 55 years, and one of the highlights of that 55-year journey is that for last year, they can say for the first time, as compared to all other development banks, they've had a disbursement amount of $20 million, and they've now becoming profitable. So they've lifted themselves from the stigma and that quagmire of failure of most development banks, and they have turned the corner. Indeed, well done, well done. Congratulations to the GDB.
Much.
All the best to you and the rest of the team.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Take care. 29 minutes gone past the hour. It is the Mid-Morning Buzz, the televised edition. We take a quick commercial break. When we come back, guess where we're heading? We're going to see what development that the folks at the Wireman's house they have in store for us. Discounts. I tell you, the discounts between the low interest rates you get at GDB and the crazy discounts you get at the Wireman's house. That is, in fact, a recipe, a combination, a relationship for perfect development. Quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Have a good one, Chris. Bye-bye.
Goodness.
Stop laughing on national TV. GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
That's not how you cross the pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
You know, one day I woke up and, you know, they painted a set of pedestrian crossing all along the streets. You know, nobody told us how to use that thing properly.
I know how.
You're serious?
Every safe, good driver knows about these things. As a driver, you have to be very attentive. You know you're coming up close to a pedestrian cross, you start slowing down immediately, looking to see if there's any pedestrian on the side getting ready to cross. If there is, you stop on the line that is a certain distance before the crosswalk. Then you would see the pedestrian put their hands out, looking directly at you, indicating that they are going to cross. And only when you have come to a complete stop, that is when they will quickly and safely cross to the other side. And then you continue happily on your journey.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross. Then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
We know that for many people, life is changing dramatically. My family is no different. My daughter is now taking her classes online from home because her school is closed. For the rest of the world, that even the most severe situation can be turned around. But the experience of cities and countries that have pushed back this virus give hope and courage to the rest of the world. During this difficult time, it's important to continue looking after your physical and mental health. This will not only help you in the long term. First, eat a healthy and nutritious diet, which helps your immune system to function properly. Second, limit your alcohol consumption and avoid sugary drinks. Third, don't smoke. Smoking can increase your risk of developing severe disease if you become infected with COVID-19. Fourth, exercise. WHO recommends 30 minutes of physical activity a day for adults and 1 hour a day for children. If your local or national guidelines allow it, go outside for a walk, a run or a ride, and keep a safe distance from others. If you can't leave the house, find an exercise video online, dance to music, do some yoga, or walk up and down the stairs. If you're working at home, make sure you don't sit in the same position for long periods. Get up and take a 3 minutes break every 30 minutes. Fifth, look after your mental health. It's normal to feel stressed, confused, and scared during a crisis. Talking to people you know and trust can help. Supporting other people in your community can help you as much as it does them. Check on neighbors, family, and friends. Compassion is a medicine. Listen to music, read a book, or play a game. And try not to read or watch too much news if it makes you anxious. Get your information from reliable sources once or twice a day. COVID-19 is taking so much from us, but it's also giving us something special, the opportunity to come together as one humanity, to work together, to learn together, to grow together. I thank you.
Long ago, the strength of Grenadians was in their arms as they worked the lands to get food for the table. Nowadays, most Grenadians' plate is packed with lots of starch and meat, little or no vegetables, plenty fried foods, and they wash that down with something sweet while sitting in front of screen. Hard work and exercise seem to be out of style, and lifestyle diseases are becoming the fashion of the day and claiming many lives. Let's make a change to live longer. Let us grow and enjoy a variety of natural and safe, fresh vegetables and fruits every day. Use our local fresh seasoning and spices to make our traditional dishes healthier and avoid highly processed foods, snacks, and drinks. Drink more water every day to help your body function better. Get moving every day and trade some screen time to share and enjoy healthy family meals. Choose healthy foods and healthy lifestyle. Follow the healthy choices for healthy living guidelines for Grenadians.
House. We have Chris, we have Lady Duncan. They're in the waiting. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Lady Duncan. How are you?
We are good morning. Pretty good. And how are you doing today?
I am great. Great. That's not an expression. It's my mantra by which I live. I am always wonderful.
Okay, well, I thought I'd say you're great in coconut.
Well, with that amount of greatness, you're never really quite sure what I'll be great in. But I'll leave the grit and coconut for you guys, because I know at the Wireman's house, I'm not worried with that. You probably have some bit of appliance that would probably make my life easier anyway, instead of having to be one of those traditional graters.
No, well, that's for you. We were bringing an old-fashioned grater.
I love to see you on Miss Duncan handle that one first.
Yeah.
But then we know at the Wireman's house there's always something exciting happening. This week, no difference. Talk to me.
Yes, it's always greatness, right? So before we start, we just want to say thanks once again for allowing us to showcase what the Wireman's house have to offer, right? So basically, what we're doing something a little bit different, right? So we're sticking electrical wise, right? So last week before we would have touch on certain appliances and certain things, right? So we're jumping back into electrical, okay? So basically, so what we're doing our meter base, right? And Ms. Duncan will actually bring in the different types of meter base, right? So Ms. Duncan.
First of all, good morning, viewers and listeners. Welcome to the Wireman's house. And as you said, it's always something exciting happening at the Wireman's house. And we are doing our meter centers. We have the 2-way meter centers, the 3-way meter centers, and the 4-way meter centers. So we're just going to jump right into it. We have the 2-way meter centers, and we have it going for $777.42/7.5% discount.
Right. So as you can see, the 2-way meter centers, right? So basically, it's one unit, right, that holds 2 meters. right? So Joe, let me ask a question. Did you build your house as red?
I've actually got a 4-way meter center in mine.
You get a 4-way. You have a 4-way. Okay.
One block it actually holds 4 meters.
It's actually full. Yes, that's pretty good. Pretty good. And I know you bought. And I know you bought it at the Wireman's house, right?
You want me to land national TV?
Huh?
Actually, I didn't.
I know you bought it.
The electrician
right?
did.
Maybe your electrician bought it.
The electrician did.
Right? Yeah, the electrician did. All right. So as you can see, so basically, let's say you have an upstairs and a downstairs, right? So let's say you have 1 meter for upstairs and 1 meter for downstairs. Okay. All right. So we're going forward. Ms. Duncan.
We have the 3-way meter center, and it's going at 1,842/7.5% discount.
Right. Now, as you can see here, right? So basically, we come from 2 to 3, right? So you know what? I would just jump. I don't know if Ms. Duncan will allow me to jump onto the 4, right? As you can see, we have the 4-way as well. Okay. So let's say you have a building, right? And you have different apartments, right? Let's say you have a building that holds 3 apartments, right? And also we have a building that holds 4 apartments, right? So basically, each apartment will have its own meters, right? So that makes it a lot better for also Grand Lake, right? So the meter man comes and then having going at different locations looking for meters. We have 1 unit, right, that holds different apartments, right? Now, as you can see, Joe, you must be wondering what is this here, right? Must be wondering what mark here, right?
It says complete.
Yes. So Ms. Duncan actually give you a little bit of information about complete.
Okay. We have the meter center complete, and when we say complete, it comes with the isolator and breakers. So you don't have to worry about buying the meter center and have to buy breakers separate. It comes with everything.
Right. As you can see, Joe, as Ms. Duncan said, right, it comes complete. Right. So it's not like you're paying a 1,000 something, just for the unit, right? That's include the isolator, the breakers, and also the bus bar pin.
And there's no getting away from it, because why would I want to buy one? What's the advantage or disadvantage of buying the meter separate and then buying the isolator and the breakers separate?
Well, it's how sometimes you may go a certain place, right, and they may not have it complete, right? So basically, you would just have the meter base without the isolators and the breakers.
Right.
Right. Or sometimes they might tell you have to get the isolator and the breaker. Right. But when you come to the Wireman's house, we will make sure that whatever you're buying is complete.
So let me ask you, I'm not an electrician. If I buy a meter base, do I by default need the breakers?
Well, if you are not an electrician, talk to your electrician.
Well, which I can understand, but I'm trying to just think in the context of the listeners at home, because you're probably wondering, if it's a case that I need it definitely, it's mandatory, then they can easily see, okay, well, Wireman's house is making it quite easy for me.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Even self, let's say even self, Joe, right? Even self, you come and buy the meter base, right? And it doesn't comes with. We will actually make it up for you, right? We will give you knowing that this is what you need, right? And this is what you have to get.
Right.
Right. So we won't just give you one thing, right? And knowing you have to get something with it, and let you walk out the store without getting it.
And that is the kind of level of customer service and professionalism that the general public, they've come to expect over the years at the Wireman's house.
Definitely. Right. So let's go forward. So Ms. Duncan.
So moving ahead, we have the meter base square, and it's 60%/7.5% discount.
Right. So the meter base basically it's 1 unit. Right. Let's say if you have a shop, right? And also if you have a house as well, right? So this one unit will work pretty good. And no, Joe, it doesn't come with the isolate, because I know I can read your mind, because I know that was the next question I was going to ask.
Well, you start making Houdini look like a schoolboy.
Yes, so as I said, right? So it's just one unit, right? If you have a shop or a house, this one unit will work pretty good for it, right? So Ms. Duncan?
Right, and we have the 135 amp meter base aluminum, 194.25.
Right, so Joe, are you living close to the seaside?
Actually, no, I'm not.
No, you're not.
I live right on the Springs Road.
You live right in the Springs. Okay. Well, you have. Well, it's still water, right? But right, we have the alumina, as Ms. Duncan said here. Now, as you can see, it's a one unit as well, right? Now, this is pretty good, right? If you're living close to the sea, right?
And when you say it's good for you, in what context? Explain to me why.
All right. So now, if you have the regular meter base, right, and you're living close to the seaside, right, and you're wondering why it's looking rusty, right, or starting to corrode, right, the reason being is because of the sea blast.
Right.
Right. Now with this one here now, right, this one will withstand the sea blast because it's because of the material. It's aluminum.
Okay.
Right, it will last a lot longer than the regular one, right? And basically, this is also recommended, right, in Carriacou as well, right? We have a lot of orders from Carriacou with our aluminum meter base.
I'm assuming it may be a little bit price-wise. How does it compare?
No, it's listen, price. What you're paying for is quality. Right, as you can see, the price is $194.25. Right, as you can said, you want something to upstand, any time, any form of weather, as I said, with the sea blast as well. Look at it. This will actually save you money.
It's an investment.
Right? Yes.
See, that's an investment.
Yes. Let's look at it like that. Right, as I said, it will in the long run. This will help you save than getting the regular if you're living close to the sea.
I'm getting super excited. I know every week we get to the point where you tell me about the discounts, and I'm waiting with childlike anticipation. Somebody please tell me about a discount. Get me hyped up.
You want a discount? No, hold on still. Don't worry, we'll get to that. And hold on, we'll get to that. We still a good way to go. All right, we'll get to that, Ms. Duncan.
Yes, we have our 125 amp meter base with isolator. We have it here at $388.38 /7.5% discount. Very affordable, Joe.
Okay.
Now, Joe. Now, as you can see, this one here, right, is also a single unit, right? Now you're wondering, it's a little different. Right, the only difference it is, right, I said it's single, and it have an isolated switch in it. Right, so it comes with the isolated. Now this is the only one that comes, the only single unit, right, comes with isolator. Right, now we also have a 100 amp as well. Right, meter base isolator. Right, now the only difference. This is to compare with the 125 amp. Now this one here, right, doesn't come with the isolator.
Okay.
Right, but once we have the isolator for this particular unit, definitely we will provide it for you.
Sounds like a plan.
Yes. Right. So Joe, I know you're really waiting to hear, what's the discount is.
Tell me about the discount.
So you're ready for it?
I'm ready.
Coming down now. Well, I know you're building our next house, right? I know you're doing that.
I want to come down. I want to come down now. Tell me about the discount.
All right. So Ms. Duncan will give you that information.
Okay, we have 7.5% discount on all our meter center, and come on down and take advantage of the special offer. And it's going for 1 week. Yes, 1 week. So you have until next week, Wednesday, to come and take advantage of this order. And for those of you who are looking for capacitors, relay contactors, we have it all here at the Wireman's house. Come on down, see what we have to offer, and come and take advantage of the 7.5% discount in all our meter centers.
And also, Joe, now if you want a different type of meter base, let's say you want to have a much bigger apartment, right? That holding five apartments, 6 apartments, right? And you want to customize your meter centers, right? What would happen? Right, you can come on down to the Wireman source, or if you want, you can just give us a call if you want any information about how you can get a customized meter base. Right, what will happen? You can come to us. A form will be presented. Right, if you are a homeowner, right, now you can bring it to your electrician. Talk to your electrician and let him know what you want to do. Right, or if you're an electrician, and want to get a form, you can come on. The form is free. Right. Yeah. Now you can fill out that form, right? Bring it into us, right? And we will take it from there.
Come on down. You are the next customer.
Yeah. Yes. You're not coming down. If you want a custom, sometimes you may want a single and a 3-phase, right? Meter center, right? As I said, come on down. Get your form. Fill out your form. Present it to us, and we will take it from there.
Before we run, Chris, Anita, of course, it's always critical that you remind the general public as to how they can contact you, the different mediums.
Yes, and also before that, now, for our customers in Carriacou, or people trying to get to us, right, from Carriacou, right, our numbers are 443-5577 or 449-5577. And our email address, Ms. Duncan, what's that again?
The wiremanshouse@gmail.com. And you can follow us on Facebook and also on Instagram.
Yes. So Joe, as you can see, it's pretty easy, right? As Ms. Duncan said, right, if you want to leave a message, you can do that via WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, anything you're looking for, right? And we do not have, okay? We can do a special order for you as well. Right? And don't forget our free delivery within St. George.
Don't forget, anything you need, they can custom order it for you. Free delivery within the town of St. George, and you get 7.5% discount on the meter centers up until next week. Give them a call, 443-5577. WhatsApp them, check them out online at Facebook or via Instagram. Thanks a lot, folks. Have yourself a wonderful time.
Same to you too. It's all about greatness.
All about greatness down there at the Wireman's house. Crazy discounts as well. 5 minutes on to the hour. We want to say thanks to those of you who are part of the program. This is where I say my goodbyes to you, reminding you that the luncheon edition comes up at the top of the hour, and it's a production of our news and current affairs department. So long, everybody. JC loves you. I'm out of here until the Lord's willing tomorrow, when we can get health and strength when we do this all over again. So long.